James Conner, he tops the hate list here. For the season, only 3 running backs have rushed for more than 51 yards against Brian Flores' Vikings defense.
Yeah, they've been allowed double-digit fantasy points to a running back in 4 straight games, Conner. And, in fact, during that stretch, they're giving up just 37 rushing yards per game, 2.7 yards per carry to opposing running backs as well. Arizona on the road. The offense just is so inconsistent. It just doesn't seem like it's getting going. They're using Trey Benson a little bit as well. They're not involving James Conner in the passing attack. He's outside my top 20 for the week.
Man, he's ran for 41 yards on 19 carries and a touchdown the past 2 games. That is scary because we know James Conner is actually better than that.
Correct.
So, in addition to what you're saying about this Vikings defense, the running game hasn't been going, and that was a key factor in them actually losing the game to the Seattle Seahawks. So, I'm with you there. They have to get the run game going. If they don't, then I don't see you have to feel nervous about James Conner in that situation.
I just feel like this is going to be like a 3-touchdown Trey McBride 3-touchdown game. Like it's been building up. He hasn't scored all year long. It feels like there's going to be one of these games where
well, I hope he does because
he's
he's a top 5 tight end fantasy without touchdowns.
It's unbelievable.
He was my preseason tight end 1. So if he get 3 touchdowns, he automatically going to be tight end 1 for the whole season. So there you go.
DeAndre Swift, our next player here, he's outside the top 25 running backs. I mean, the bottom line is, Lawrence, this Detroit front is really good against running backs over the past 4 weeks. They're allowing the 3rd fewest points per game to the position, 2nd fewest for the entire season. I feel like we're going to see a lot of Bears throwing in this one where they're 10-point underdogs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been seeing these past 2 weeks with the new Bears offense is more throwing. You look at what the Lions did last week. Held Jonathan Taylor, 11 carries, 35 yards. He was running back 39. But then you look at what Swift has done. He's in his last 4 games, he scored 1 touchdown. That was a 39-yard touchdown run against Green Bay in Week 11. In those 4 games, his next longest run, only 13 yards. So the run game is struggling. Plus you add to the fact that they're playing against this Lions front, one of the best run defenses in the league. Not saying, sit him because you probably can't afford to do that, but it's gonna be tough against this Lions front.
All right, our last guy here, Najee Harris, Matthew. Over the past 4 weeks, the Bengals rank as top 10 in fewest fantasy points and rush yards allowed to running backs. For a long time, they looked like kind of a buffet for running backs, but the Bengals have changed that narrative.
They've gotten better. They're off the bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for a divisional matchup here against the Steelers. And, oh, by the way, since the Steelers bye, it's been Jaylen Warren, not Najee Harris. Jaylen Warren's averaging more yards per game. He's played only 7 fewer snaps. He's been the better running back as well. And so they've started to get the passing game going a little bit more with Russell Wilson as well. He's just my running back 31. Bad matchup in a timeshare, and he's not the best running back on his team. He just isn't. And so, Harris is basically touchdown dependent. He's a low-end touchdown dependent flex this week as well. The other thing I just want to mention on DeAndre Swift that we didn't get to real quickly is also they're using Roschon Johnson at the goal line.
Right.
It just feels like since Thomas Brown has took over from Shane Waldron, Roschon Johnson is the guy that's getting the majority of the work when they get in close.
Yeah,
and so you just don't feel great about Swift's opportunities.
He got to score from from distance.
Yeah. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.